whole life gradually defining who you are, but at some point in your 20s, you reach a crossroads. The road divides and you make a choice. And years later, you may look back and ask yourself, what would have happened if you had gone in the other direction? You can't go back, of course. I dreamed of being a folk singer before I mortgaged the freedom of the open road for security. It was a time of open discovery and infinite possibilities.
It's time to take that open road that winds toward the sun, through cotton fields and autumn skies, forgetting I've begun. 'Cause our own days together now are nothing more than memories of sand. And you've got to keep on moving, Leslie, till you find yourself another man. Yes, and watching through the window to the drizzle of the rain, I know your back porch better than the scars upon my brain. But it's the wonder in what becomes of you that boggles up my ever-changing mind. Yes, and watching through the window to the shadows in the dark, I know your back porch better than the scars upon my heart. But it's the wonder in what becomes of you that boggles up my ever-changing mind.
Those were wild and wonderful times. It was exhilarating to be 22 years old, on the road across America in the summertime. In Falmouth, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod, there was a house at 10 Depot Avenue, right behind a nightclub resort called Sonny's. I hung out for a couple of months, playing guitar, writing songs and short stories, exploring the Cape and Martha's Vineyard, and falling in and out of love. After stops in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Ontario, Canada, Taos, New Mexico, and other magical places along the blue highways, the ultimate destination was San Francisco, Haight Street, Golden Gate Park, and North Beach. There was Wolf Larson, a Cherokee Indian and larger-than-life personality who took his name from a Jack London novel. He was really a talented artist and actor, but he drank himself to death at 40. There was Pete, who dropped out to become an artist, writer, filmmaker, a kind of a reggae warrior battling the mahogany linebackers over the tribal future. Barbara, a talented young artist who was a little girl inside, but in the end couldn't handle the craziness and went back home. Jimmy, the singing cab driver with sweet guitar chops and a deep, soulful voice that would give you the chills. And Patty, the petite British exotic dancer who somehow kept things together for everyone. And when that magical summer ended and the autumn came around, many of them scattered to the winds, some to return eventually, others never to be seen again. One of my favorite lines is something Jack Kerouac said: "There is nothing nobler than to put up with a few inconveniences like snakes and dust for the sake of absolute freedom." I call this song Snakes and Dust. And when the autumn came around, once again alone but for the wind, finding your hopes dashed to the ground, facing that lonesome road once again. And try as you might, you could not forget the
rainbow eyes in her hazy face long ago. Thinking of your summer history, of how you lived together with your friend, chasing the sun and running through the trees, and never even trying to understand. Something fed your spirits through the days. You put up with snakes and dust, and you were free. You've become a hunter now, it seems, searching for a memory in your mind. You can search forever for your peace, and find it maybe if you've got the time. Somewhere far ahead, dreams come true. As the years grind on forever, you will know. So when the winter winds begin, will you still be there and thinking of her? Will you still be asking and wondering how you lost control of everything? And oh, how fast the years go flying by, stuck between these hours in the night.
Music is a joyful experience that runs deep in our family, and I feel like it's a heritage that our parents have passed on to us. My father played the violin and the viola in his family when he was growing up, and our mother, Ruth, played the piano in her family, and they always encouraged all of us children to take piano or violin or guitar lessons as we were growing up. Chris plays guitar, Richard plays keyboard and guitar, I play the piano, and we all sing, and when we get together, it's just something that we just enjoy so much. It's just a wonderful musical moment.
It's a rocky old road I've been traveling on, just taking my time, thinking a lot. I never much worry about things going wrong, I've found so much to be happy about. And it's hey, hey, I don't ask for much, just a bottle of beer every day of the year. Here's to Lucky and Bobby and Sue and Diane, and all the good people I've left far behind. All that I ask is for all you to smile, and a reason for laughing every day of the year. And it's hey, hey, I don't ask for much, just a bottle of beer every day of the year. I like to live happy and I like to live free and do everything that's important to me and give everything that I have to give, 'cause everyone has only one life to live. And it's hey, hey, I don't ask for much, just a bottle of beer every day of the year. Just a bottle of beer every day of the year.
Rich, what was the first song you remember singing together?
What was the first song that you wrote that we did together? You remember?
I think it was Sometime in the Winter.
Sometime in the winter, when we're both getting older, I'll be thinking back to this time when we were both so much colder. Oh, and I'm feeling so very tired in my mind. Feeling so very old too soon. Oh, tell me, where have you gone? Have you taken away the sun? Have you run off with everyone? What happened to our only chance? When I'm feeling so very tired in my mind. Oh, when I'm feeling so very old too soon. Feeling so very tired in my mind. Oh, when I'm feeling so very old too soon.
I started playing the piano when I was about 12 or 13, I guess. And Chris started playing the guitar many years later when he was at Prescott College. And I remember one spring break he came home with a guitar. It was the first time that I had seen it. He played a few tunes that he had learned. And I was just blown away by this new culture of folk music that he had introduced me to. So much so that I went out and bought my own used guitar, like I think about a week later. And I started playing some songs by Bob Dylan and Tom Waits, Rambling Jack Elliott, Chris Christopherson. And the next time we got together, we started playing our songs in harmony. I started harmonizing to his melodies, and he was composing his own songs by that point. That we really got some good recognition from friends, to the point where we started playing at street fairs up in San Francisco, like the Polk Street Fair, the Upper Grant Avenue Fair. And then later on we played at John Barleycorn, that old pub that's now been converted into a coffee house on Larkin. And I tell you, those were the days.
It's 32 degrees and getting colder. If it snows tonight, it'll make me 10 years older. I was gonna get the Dodge and drive to Boulder, but I got drunk last night, hit a curve and rolled her. It seems that loving you is getting harder ever since you met up with that guy named Carter. It's those phone calls and love letters just for starters. And last time you left his house, you forgot your garter. Well, I guess I'd better leave you soon now, honey. Even though you broke my heart, I'll leave some money. I don't feel too good right now 'cause my nose is runny. But when my car gets fixed, I'm going where the weather's sunny. But when my car gets fixed, I'm going where the weather's funny. When my car gets fixed, I'm going where the weather's sunny.
Cold Weather Blues came to me as I was driving my van from San Francisco up the High Sierra to Lake Tahoe. It's interesting, some of these songs that I wrote when I was in my 20s, some of the lyrics are almost haunting in their clairvoyance. It's almost like I had a vision back then of how I would be feeling some 20-odd years later. One of the verses on Salvation Train cuts right to the heart of the difference between the carefree, innocent, and optimistic days of my youth and the harsher realities of the grinding workaday world of the 90s.
It's a hot, lazy Saturday morning. I can't seem to get out of bed. Something is burning inside me and spinning around in my head. And the room smells of beer and the ashtrays in here are smelling of the stenches of hell. So fly me away from this crushing decay. Give me something to believe in again. My guardian angel is bringing me home through the fire on the salvation train. It was a long time ago when I came here. I was young and had dreams I believed. But it's funny when you start to get older, all the dreams start to fade, then they leave. And my nightmares are black as they're dragging me back through the memories I'd rather forget. So fly me away from this crushing decay. Give me something to believe in again. My guardian angel is bringing me home through the fire on the salvation train. away from this crushing decay. Give me something to believe in again. My guardian angel is bringing me home through the fire on the salvation train.
I came up with the name, the Desert Poet, after I met him in the early 70s. A tall, lanky, khaki-clad apparition looming out of the western horizon, a guitar slung over one shoulder and a notebook in one hand. Listen closely to his songs. You'll hear a sound rooted in American folk, popular, and traditional music.
It's not over now, we're almost together once more, but it's been so long, I've almost forgotten your words. But time can be so cruel when it has to move so slow, and then play games when all I really wanted was your touch. Oh, it's sad, too sad. These things that happen inside are despair, dismay. When I think of how hard we tried, I still don't understand what makes us act this way and what pulls us together here and now. But it's you. Though I wish it could be better somehow, I can't help myself. I want to spend a long time with you, but time can be so cruel when it has to move so slow, and then play games when all I really wanted was your touch.
As we got older, the influences that had been evident on them wore off on me to an extent, and the kind of music that I ended up liking. But I always came back to the guitar and the harmonica and getting together sort of that wandering troubadour minstrel spirit that stays alive from the streets of San Francisco to the mountains of Tahoe and back to the front yard in Palm Springs and wherever the muse may take him, and it just keeps on keeping on.
His songs have a sensitivity, delicacy, and innocence that touch a chord in those who hear him sing. The Desert Poet's persona began to take shape after his cross-country odyssey in the early 70s brought him to Cape Cod, Massachusetts in the early summer. There he did his first live performances. One of the songs that captures the spirit of that time and the essence of the Desert Poet is "We Should Have Gone Away."
All that summer spent seeking answers to my questions, no one really could have told me quite so soon. And you sitting there, sometimes running down the beach with tears streaming down your cheeks, down your cheek. You always wondered why the songbirds sang for me and me alone, while you sat all alone in your room, waiting for your Prince Charming to come up and take you away to his white castle in the sky, in the sky. We should have gone away, hey. We should have gone away, hey. Then your mirror shattered into pieces that you could not put together, but for you and your friends. Then that night you turned to me asking nothing more than just a cigarette, just a cigarette, nothing more. That was all, nothing more. We should have gone away, hey. We should have gone away, gone away. Seems like 20 years have passed and gone since that summer filled with laughter from you and your friends that we knew. But things have changed, all things have changed, I'll never grab that again. And you, where you are now, I'll never know, never know. I hear you've gone to Timbuktu, modeling near NYU, maybe started something new. We should have gone away, hey. We should have gone away, gone away. Hey, we should have gone away, gone away.
He was, however, then, as he is now, basically, I think of his three components: a very dry, martini-like sense of humor, an absolutely unshakable sense of what you might call Swedish rectitude, and an absolute passion for music. I always figured music was his real mistress, regardless of whom he was with at the time. He wrote 3 really good songs on the Cape. He had a sound, as he does pretty much today, kind of a John Sebastian, Lovin' Spoonful sound. Also the actor, sometimes singer, Keith Carradine.
I never was sure. Did Chris actually make a concerted effort to become a musician, a well-known musician, and make a living at his music, or was he more interested in...
I'm always surprised that anybody that loves stuff that much and that has that talent, he's got the sweet voice and a basic academic background, didn't go into it.
Why do you think
I don't know. I don't know whether he just got into the newspaper business and then just didn't get back out again. It was going too good because he's a very good journalist.
Do you think now that he's come to this time in his life, do you think now he's ready to do it? You think that's what he's considering now?
I don't know.
When evening sundown's faded and I'm alone with you, I know that sooner or later one of us will have to go. And I know the reason I touch you lying so near. It makes me feel so helpless. There's nothing that I can do, 'cause I'm going to leave you, 'cause I'm going to leave you, I'm going to leave you someday, sometime. One day like this I'll awaken and see the time pass me by. You never would understand it, even if I'd make you try. I never wanted to face it, I never wanted to face it, I never wanted to face it. It would hurt you so. Sundown is faded and I'm alone with you. I know that sooner or later one of us will have to go, and I know the reason, I know the reason, I know the reason why you must cry.
Sometimes late at night, a song will come on the radio, a guitar and a voice that conjures up the old days when I was footloose and fancy-free, when I was crossing America, rivers of cement and steel, one hand on my old guitar and the other on the battered wheel of the brown van. Sometimes deep in the night, I hear a lonesome whistle blow. Then I think back of the old amigos, of Barb and Pete, Wolf and Blanchita, Sandy, Donna, and I long to hit the road again. And maybe someday I will, and chase their ghosts down the highway.
This crushing decay, give me something to believe in again. My guardian angel is bringing me home through the fire on the salvation train. My guardian angel is bringing me home through the fire on the salvation train.